Today we're going to talk about accounting, including the big secret that accountants don't tell you. So let's start off with just understanding how accounting really works. Well, fundamental to any sort of accounting is something called the entity concept. Basically, we're going to try to account for what's going on inside a business entity. And so we have a lot of incoming things like sales and loans and owner's investments, things that are coming into that entity. And then we've got things going out of the entity, things like expenses and investments and repayments. So we're going to try to understand what goes on in this business entity by looking at what's coming in and what's going out. So what do business managers and business owners really need to know? Well, first of all, how's the business doing? I mean, is it operating at a profit or is it a loss? How much cash is available? And then what do we own and what do we owe? What liabilities do we have? And really, a lot of times, the most important thing is to figure out what the owner can withdraw. So the profit or loss, that we look at the income statement level. So let's look at that business entity again, the incoming and the outgoing. Well, what was our profit and loss? We're going to look at the sales and the expenses, and that'll be recorded on our income statement. In terms of the balance sheet, we'll be looking at all of the investments and repayments and everything that affected that business entity. And finally, where did all the cash go? Well, we're going to look at the cash flow statement, which will take into consideration all of the incoming and outgoing cash flows. So we said that there's really there are 4 plus 1 statements. First of all, we talked about the balance sheet. That's kind of like a movie poster or a snapshot of what went on. It's a picture at one point in time, and there'll always be a date on the balance sheet, and that balance sheet is only really accurate as of that date. Then we're looking at the income statement. That's the second big statement. It's kind of like a movie trailer. It's going to have a picture of what went on and the highlights. Finally, there's the cash flow statement, which will be the whole motion picture of what went on in that business. The fourth financial statement is really not a financial statement at all. It's the notes to the financials. It'll be kind of like the credits to the snapshot in the movie. And finally, we'll have the accountant's report, and that'll be like the movie rating. Next, we're going to talk about accounting principles and the assumptions that accountants make.